Simply put, is information about the world. The type of data that we usually deal with in math is called quantitative data, because it involves quantities that we represent with numbers. Continuous data is data that can have any value in a range. For continuous data, there's an infinite number of other possible data values in between any two actual data values. For example, if you ask an ice cream shop how much ice cream they sold on a hot Saturday afternoon, they might tell you 14 or 15 kilograms. But they could also tell you that it was any number in between, like 14.6 kilograms, or even 14.625 kilograms if they can measure that precisely. On the other hand, discrete data is data that can only have specific values. With discrete data, there aren't any other possible data values in between any two consecutive values. For example, if you ask an ice cream shop how many flavors they sell, they're going to respond with a whole number, like 1, 2, 3, or even 31. They wouldn't give you an in-between number because they couldn't have a fractional amount like 31.4159 flavors. Continuous data typically comes from a process of measurement, and the values you get are only limited by the precision of the measurement device you're using. However, discrete data typically comes from the process of counting, which is often limited to specific values like whole numbers or integers. To see the difference, think about two types of data associated with a baseball player. The number of home runs that a player hits each season is an example of discrete data. It can only be a whole number. But if you keep track of the average distance a player hit the ball, that would be an example of continuous data, because it could be any decimal value that you could measure.